Should I choose a fixed or variable mortgage right now? And what is a variable mortgage? That's a great question. Stay tuned, we'll answer it. My friend just asked me, he said, Paul, my mortgage rate was 2%. Now my mortgage statement says 2.5. What happened? That's a great question, and let me break it down for you. So a fixed mortgage means you've locked in your rate, typically for 5 years. You can actually choose the length of time. The amortization period is what they calculate the payments over, and that's usually 25 to 30 years. And the rate you get is actually determined mostly by the bond market. And right now that's kind of hovering. The posted rate is almost 5%, just so you know. And typically you get a discount on the posted rate. So you're not going to pay 5%, you might pay 4% or 3.9% or something like that. So a variable mortgage actually fluctuates over the period of the term. So you can choose, there's different terms for variable mortgages, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever you want. And they're typically open or closed. So open means you can just switch it and go. They're typically more expensive. And closed means you're locked into that financial institution for that period of time at a variable rate. And the monthly payments for that mortgage are calculated using a higher rate called the trigger rate. And so they calculate the mortgage payments based on that, right? But if the actual rate goes above the trigger rate, then they recalculate your mortgage payments. So variable rates are typically discount from prime rate. So right now the prime is 3.2%. And my friend I was telling you about, so he got a mortgage at prime minus 0.7%, so hence 2.5%. Now when he started, it was actually at 2%, but the Bank of Canada just raised rates 0.5%, so that's why he went from 2 to 2.5. Now his trigger rate, the rate at which they recalculate his payments, is just a little over 4.3%. So we're not there yet. Hopefully we won't get there, but we're not there yet. And interestingly, in the last 6 months, 54% of people have chosen variable rates. Now, typically, after 2013, that's about 25% normally, and pre that it was like 6%. So what happened? Well, people have chosen variable rates primarily because, one, the Bank of Canada said they were going to hold rates low until the end of 2023. They lied. And those rates are cheaper. Typically there's a fairly big spread now between fixed and variable. And the qualifying rate for your mortgage, so you either have to qualify at 5.25% or 2% above the rate that you get. So now at a fixed, you're going to be 4%, so they're going to qualify you at 6%, or would you rather variable at 2.5, where you're qualifying at 4.5. You actually get more money with a variable rate, hence why everybody's choosing variable rates. So studies have actually shown that people, typically what they'll do is they'll fix when mortgage rates are high, and they'll float when mortgage rates are low, and they should do the opposite, right? You should actually fix your mortgage when rates are low, because they're probably not going to go any lower, and you should choose variable when they're high, because they're probably going to come down. Makes sense. So what should you do? Well, I'm not a mortgage broker, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do. I do understand how mortgages work because I am in the industry. I have to help you with these kind of things. And my mortgage is actually coming up at the end of the year. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna go variable. I'm typically a fixed rate person. I like, fixed rates, and over the past few years, they've been low, so I have fixed. But probably right now, I'm gonna go variable, primarily, because I think mortgage rates or the variable rate is actually gonna come back down. I think the Bank of Canada is painting themselves in a corner, and we're gonna start into a recession if we're not careful. So I think rates are gonna come back down. In my opinion, I'm gonna go variable. So I hope you found that hugely helpful. If you have any questions about rates, mortgages, etc., we can connect you with great mortgage brokers. Shoot us an email, info@thinkto.ca, and please like this video and subscribe so you get updated with more content which we put out each and every week. Talk soon.